guys actually enjoy treating your customers like a piece of shit, because that's how I felt when I went to the Alamo Draft House. Okay? You know what? I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to text in your little crappy-ass theater. It was too f***ing dark in that place for me to find my seat, all right? I was using my phone as a flashlight to get to my f***ing seat. So excuse me for using my phone in USA, United States of America, where you are free to text in a theater. I was not aware that I couldn't text in your theater, all right? I've texted in all the other theaters in Austin, and no one ever gave a fuck about what I was doing with my fucking phone, all right? And it was on silent. It wasn't on loud. It wasn't bothering anybody. You guys obviously were being assholes to me, and I'm sure that's what you do, you know, to rip people off. You take my money, and then you throw me out. You know, I will never be coming back to your Alamo Draft House or whatever. I'd rather go to a regular theater where people are actually polite. And, you know, I'm going to tell everyone about how you are. And I'm pretty sure you guys are being on purpose. So thanks for making me feel like a customer. Thanks for taking my money.
It's chocolate. You should be very proud, Detective.
Shut up.
You've made a delicious life for yourself.
Said shut the fudge up! What?
You don't come near here. You stay away from here.
Here he comes.
What?
Are you listening, David? I was saying how much I admire you and your ice creams. You have incredible taste in fine ice creams.
What the fudge did you just say?
6 delicious flavors. They're so lovely. And once they're gone, David, they're gone.
David, step away from the prisoner. Step away, David. Step away.
What's in the box?
I'm not gonna tell you until
What's in the box? What's in the box?
We each have our weaknesses. And it appears that gluttony is my sin of choice. And you add the mystery. I couldn't resist.
What's in the malted fudging box?
It's empty, David. It's empty.
No. It was full. 6 delicious flavors. Only available this month.
I know. It was delivered to your home. It was delectable.
Do you think anybody's gonna get, like, offended by this?
Just tall white Karens.
Monotony. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Dull, tedious, just plain boring. But what is this? A contender, perhaps? Something unboring by the looks of it. Jabs right at dull, an uppercut to tedium, something that keeps you on your toes, keeps your head on a swivel. A knockout punch to your old, boring workouts. Welcome to Fight Camp.
The Greening the Gateway Cities program provides trees that are planted by DCR foresters and crews hired from local communities. When you sign up as a potential tree recipient, a forester will visit your home or business to determine the best location and species of tree for maximum energy efficiency. Easy care instructions are provided, and it's all free. Find out if you are in the zone and learn more at maurbancanopy.org.
Shaolin shadow boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style. If what you say is true, the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
On guard. I'll let you try my Wu-Tang style.
Same with you. Same with you.
Oscar Mike Radio is a proud podcast partner of Reach Across America Radio, heard every Thursday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. They're also big supporters of the nonprofit I Got Your Six, Two Lives at Once. And with every wreath you sponsor through Oscar Mike Radio, $5 goes back to this great organization dedicated to making a difference in the lives of veterans, law enforcement, firefighters, and first responders battling PTSD. Two Lives at Once pairs these brave men and women together with dogs rescued from kill shelters. In this way, two lives are saved at the same time by saving each other. Donate now. Go to reachacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio to help. That's reachacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio.
This is Vianna Marie, and you're watching The Booth, a Sinister One production on Hoobazoo.com.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Yeah.
Can you dig it?
Like some motherfucking action heroes in it. Yeah.
This is blasphemy. This is madness. This is a booth.
The twisted mind of my literature designed to get into the depths of your mind and minister. Sickness surrounds and mimic the likes of snuff cinema. What you must get into, you're nothing but pups. Remember you Homer and that be Simpson, son. Nothing Ithaca. Talkers like the northern half of Korea's peninsula. ESP your island like the booth, something sinister. ESP your island like the booth, something sinister. ESP your island like the booth, something sinister.
All right, it's your boy Sinister One broadcasting live from the City of Champions. You are watching The Booth. We are live November 11th. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Guys like Frank Zanowski, Z-Man from When the Dust Settles, the Booth alumni, R Squared, all you guys out there who served this country. Thank you for all you've done. And great stuff. I got to thank Robert Resnick and Kenneth Diesenhof for being on here last week for First Tuesday. It was Election Tuesday. Pretty exciting day with my guys. Let me get into my sponsors. First guest is already on here with me. Michael Douglas Barreto, MDB Electronics. If you need your controller fixed, Xbox controller, send it out to him. You're back to gaming 24 to 48 hours. It's very crucial, very important to keep controller in check because, as you guys know, a few days got Black Ops 7 hitting. Got this Arc Raiders that just came out that both my boys are saying is fire. I've been playing Battlefield 6. I've been playing Call of Duty 6 with Travis from Oscar Mike Radio, and you know we're coming into the holidays. Got to get that controller right. Got to get it perfect. Don't need any excuses. Guys will be back on Madden coming into the playoffs. So, you know, sometimes when you start watching these playoff games, you get the itch, you pull the Madden back out, you get back on Madden, start going back and forth from there. Get your controller right, get that straight. Deanna Marie's music, it's personal, 494,000 streams. Push those up. New project coming. She was at the Wally's Cafe last night. Those videos and stuff she's got posted on her website and will be added to her website by the end of the week. Tactical target systems, those zombie targets, life size that you see if I'm at the range. I Love Boston Sports t-shirts. You see them everywhere. Marlon Williams, he's got some ambassadors this year from the Celtics and the Patriots, so you want to go down there and visit this store in South Shore Plaza. Kimberly Ann Empowerment Photography. Ladies, if you want to take some pictures that you never thought you'd take, reach out to Kimberly Ann Empowerment Photography. And then Black-owned business, Underwatch Protective Services. See Daryl Smith if you need any type of mobile patrol, foot patrol, armed guards, unarmed guards, event security, and private security. My buddy Larry, Handyman Services, 774-826-6549. And then we get into the news booth. I got to mention again, turn him in. Brockton PD is still looking for Davinci Leonard, 20 years old, double murder of two people, 15-year-old Tamari Albertson and 18-year-old Savannah Alvarez. Turn him in. I got my guest on here. I got to thank everybody that's tuning in online, who's watching. We've got some people tonight. Let me pull this up. I gotta mention Happy Veterans Day to Ron Drago, my slingshot companion. He drives Miss Neon. He's a Marine. I gotta give a shout out to him and Travis Paddington. Also, we gotta recognize all these guys and what they've done for us, sacrificing their time away from families and things of that sort. We've got some people in the chat I gotta talk to. Let's see here. We've got Lightning Story watching on Twitch. What's going on? Thank you for tuning in. On Kick, we've got Emixam, EMIXIAM32. Thank you for tuning in. And on Twitch also, Nakarishi, NAKARESHI. We see you. We see you. Thank you. Looks like they're watching, and somebody's sharing it on Discord. So thank you very much. Got my guy in the chat. Got Clancy in the chat. Wow, a lot of people in the chat already. Good stuff. Thank you. But I got my first guest on with me right now. MattieC from MattieC Sports. As you guys know, he's a staple of the show. I've got him on here because he ran the Boston Marathon, the BAA half marathon this past weekend. Mattie's been gearing up and getting ready to run. As you guys know, I mentioned Mattie running the actual Boston Marathon, which takes place on Patriots. And, Mattie thought about it, and then Mattie finally announced that he would try to do his best to run in the Boston Marathon. So he's been taking time off from the podcast. He's been training and running in all of these races. And Mattie, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. What's actually funny about that, well, the day before was the Dave 5K, which actually is kind of endorsed by Lisa Hughes from WBZ4. And that's also a veterans event that happened Saturdays. And that was a 5K on Castle Island. So it was a good thing to see. They had the guys from the Lexington, they shoot the muskets out, and they had, all sorts of military there. 450 veterans ran in the race, and it was a good time. So that was a good thing for me to see. And happy Veterans Day to all of you who have given up everything for us to make this country what it is. So I appreciate all of you that have defended our country.
Yeah, it's great stuff, and I'm doing a little production here on the fly. If you guys are watching, drop and get my man right in there on the side here. Sometimes I love when I have to produce on the fly. People are like, damn, how do you do that? Because a lot of people, they pre-produce their stuff. So let's talk about what went on this past, weekend with this run that you had, and how does this go towards, April?
So, it was two things. It was a lesson, and it was kind of a new chapter, a new story, new thing I didn't know. So I did run the Boston half, which the good news about it was I ran 2 minutes ahead of the time I did the year prior, which was good for me. So one of the things is from 1 mile 1 to 10 was great. It starts right in Franklin Park and goes all the way around about to Longwood Ave down to the hospitals and stuff like that, and then comes back. I get to the 10th mile, and all of a sudden I'm seeing like clear bubbles, man, like in my eyes. I'm just like, something's going on. I feel like I'm going to pass out or what the case may be. So every time I see somebody in a race that's going to the side of the road is like, okay, so you almost want to pat them on the back and say, it's all right. Like, let's go, like, let's do something. But you don't know what they're going through that time. So with me, I was just putting my hands over my head and just walking for like 30 seconds or so. And then I was struggling those last 3 miles, and I would run probably another half mile, stop again, another half mile, stop. And I got to 13, which 13.1 completes the Boston half. So the lesson I want to give people is just literally don't give up on what you're doing. Be safe with it, but don't ever give up on something, because I did it. I felt like it. And, to be honest, like, I was depressed for a little bit because I was like, damn, like, what did I go wrong? Turns out I had high blood pressure, low blood sugar. But that was a couple days after and being naive to what was going on. But in the moment, it was tough. But going back now, I feel better that, I did it the way I did.
Now, is it something that you did prior to this run? Is it something you might have ate with a lot of salt, or do you know kind of what you might have done to create this? Because it sounds like it's obviously something that when you started running and doing this, and these are the type of things that you need to know if you're going to run this 26.2. getting to that halfway
Right.
point, that's the crucial point of the race. So can you think back and think of something that you might have ate or drank or something you didn't drink enough of or eat enough of?
So looking back on it, Keith, I think the problem was everything was fine. I think the 5K might have had something to do with it, but I don't think so in a way too. But I did carbo load the night before. Well, you know, the regular thing for a runner, pasta, like maybe I had like a dessert or something and milk and whatever. And the next morning, I don't think I ate enough that morning because I only had a bagel. I was hydrated. And then I had a little bit of Gatorade. But the thing is, Keith, I don't like to drink a lot because, not to be different or anything, but I don't like to have to go pee after 13 miles. You don't want to ruin your times or nothing. But times didn't really matter at that point. But you know, the way to do it is I got to learn the lesson, and I think the not eating enough the morning of was a problem. I think the things I did mid-race during, like so I have a backpack for water. So if I want to take water, I want to take it at my time, not at the stops, the water stops or, things like that. And I also use gels, which you just take a gel. It'll give you a little bit of energy and lasts about 45 minutes. And I took 3 of those. So I do think it was not enough nutrients for the morning of. I think that was the problem.
And it's good that you know that because, the 13-1, that's half of the Boston Marathon. So now you just can't cut it on the bagel alone. You got to...
No, not at all.
Even though you
not
load
at
it
all.
up. And that's probably exactly what happened. A bagel, to me, I'm looking at it right now, and I don't run no marathons, but I'm like, if I'm running 13.1 miles, I'm going to say you need more than just a bagel in your stomach for something like that. You need some substance. You need whatever you're going to burn, you're pretty much going to burn that bagel off just, getting to the place you're going to run from and all that stuff. So, it's good that it's something like that. That's easy. It's an easy fix. You kind of know what it is. I'm glad to see that you're recognizing, what it was.
Absolutely.
We talked about this in our private chat. I said, I feel like it's a blood pressure something. You said you're going to check with your doctor and find out, and then come on the show tonight. And you're right on it. I had a bagel. That probably wasn't enough. No. And
I'll tell people, to be honest, I texted you probably another hour or two later, and I discussed this with you, and then I told you I was like pissed, upset, and whatever. So I thank you for giving me the support at that time, because I was just like wicked down. But coming back to it now, it's like I just ran 20 races in 2 years. Right. I mean, in almost, I'm missing Maine and Connecticut in half marathons. That's it. Then I take over New England.
And let's be real, Matt. We see guys going to. We see NFL players who get paid millions of dollars to be ready for a game, and we still, in this day and age, we still see guys getting gassed in Denver, knowing that they're going to a high altitude.
Absolutely.
We see guys getting paid millions of dollars, and they're told when they're going to Miami in the summer for a game, hey, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And how many times do we see a first quarter of a Miami game with a visiting team and a guy with cramps getting rolled out on his leg? You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to down yourself. These are guys that get paid millions of dollars and still make the same mistake, knowing that that's been drilled in their head.
Absolutely.
Patriots were down in Tampa Bay this weekend. It was humid. It was hot. It was nasty. And the guys were all saying, hey, they were gassed, but they, like you, they pushed through. They made it through their game, and they came home with a victory. So, it's great to know that, you don't have to beat yourself up. You kind of know where your mistake is. And like you said, it's a learning tool headed into this 26.2. Learning tool. Definitely is.
Right.
Because you don't want to be that guy that eats a bagel on the day of the Boston Marathon, then think your body's going to make it 26.2 miles on a friggin' bagel, because that ain't happening, bro. They'll be
No,
peeling you off.
no,
They'll
not
be
at all.
peeling you off a Heartbreak Hill.
I just need to train a day up and down that hill, man. See how it goes.
Right,
But
right,
I see it as a learning experience and to push through it. And I'm kind of happy I beat it by 2 minutes, seeing the progress, even in the time of struggling. So I'm happy about it. That's all I can say.
Nice. And, we got Matty on here, and, one of the things that Matty does talk about on his show, he follows a lot of college football. He follows boxing. Big ups to Mr. Kevin Walsh, the King Kevin Walsh, for his big victory, taking home another belt this past weekend. 19-0. I got to work on getting Kevin on this show. But we've got a couple of boxing questions for you, man.
Okay.
We got a little bit of controversy. Tank in a little bit of trouble. Had this big fight coming up against Paul. Big money, big talk, big stuff. But then Tank gets himself into some trouble. And on the mat, and it's got to be bad trouble, because usually they'll wait around and they'll postpone stuff to see how things work out. But it looks like this isn't good. This isn't good for him. Gervonta Davis, Paul, they've canceled the fight. The fight is now canceled. So your thoughts on that real quick, if you've been following that. I know you've been training and running, but
I've seen it, and Mr. Paul will talk all he wants, and he'll try to find somebody else. But Gervonta Davis has had his I don't think his mental is all there, honestly. And I think that is another cause of what may have transpired with him. And it's not a joke. I don't wish that, but Gervonta Davis wanted no part of that fight. He joked around with the pressers, and Jake Paul messes with him too. But I mean, for him, it's more. He was like, nah, whatever. Like, you don't impress me. So, kind of figured something was going to happen. But there's other boxers out there that Jake Paul can fight. It's just, who's it going to be?
Right. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen on a short notice. But Gervonta Davis's legal issues is going to be an issue. So hopefully we can see what happens there, and that can get cleaned up. The other question I got for you in college football: what is going on with Colorado this year?
Honestly, I don't think it's because Travis Hunter went away. I don't think it's because Shakur went away, because Shakur might as well be in the balcony. No offense. I'm sorry that they're not utilizing him like they should, or what he wants to be. But I think the Buffaloes are going to struggle. They're going to struggle for a little bit, but I think Deion's going to rebuild at some point. I'm not saying right now, but he controls that college right now. And he controls kids that can join his team at any point. Now, he wasn't called prime time for no reason. I think he's going to do something. I just don't know actually what he's going to do. But I think he needs to bring some, if you look at it, like with Michael Irvin, he's all about the U. He really is. And he brings former alumni back. He brings all that stuff back. What Deion needs to do is bring back some Cowboys, bring back some Falcons, bring back people that really can capture the spirit of what he created at certain points. So I think they'll come back. It's going to take a long time. It's just, the question is, does Deion want to take that time? And also, he had some very bad health issues too, so that has something to do with it as well.
Right. And for those who didn't know, he had some diabetes related issues. And you're right, they did. They lost a ton of players. Shedeur Sanders down there in Cleveland has yet to get the start.
And Travis Hunter just got hurt too.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team, and my fantasy team decimated injuries. I don't even want to talk about it. I really don't even want to talk about it.
You asked me the question.
when you mentioned Travis, I was like, oh man. And my fantasy football PTSD clicked in, and all of a sudden I could see my IR list of 6 players to the max, because we can only have 6 players on the IR maximum, and I'm at my max. Travis was my 6th player. So, and my season started off with Joe Burrows right out the gate. Joe Burrows.
Yeah, well, yep.
Right out the gate. It's horrible. It's horrible. My IR is horrible. And last week I had Danielle Hunter, my defensive lineman, hadn't done shit for me all season. So what do? I put him on the bench. I'm like, yo, he hasn't done shit for me. What did he do last week?
How many points?
20 plus. He had 4 sacks, strips. I'm like, are you kidding me? I can't win this year, bruh. I can't win this year. And this isn't a topic. I don't have this as a topic in this season, but I got Mattie on here, and one of the things that me and Mattie had talked about earlier last year, both of us were not happy at the fact that betting had become this nationwide phenom to where now, we all grew up during the time where UNLV scandal made sure that nothing else would come into Vegas at all. For the longest time, sports would not even touch themselves with Vegas because of point shaving with UNLV, and that shit was
You want to
serious.
go local, too, with Boston College scandal.
UMass.
Basketball.
Marcus Camby.
Marcus Camby, yo.
So, sports has done this thing where they didn't want to get close and in bed with betting at all. And then we discussed very deeply our points and our feelings on the fact that ESPN bought a betting website to compete with DraftKings.
Yeah.
That didn't fly with me at all. The fact that your biggest sports network that's supposed to remain unbiased, had purchased a gambling website. That spoke volumes to me that this is going to be bad. And then Vegas moved out there. The Raiders moved out there for Vegas. You almost have every team out there in Vegas now. And now we have this problem. We are now 3 years into professional gambling being accepted pretty much nationwide. But we now have these scandals. Now we've got this latest scandal with 2 pitchers. Not top tier pitchers, not big money pitchers, but they're still MLB pitchers who were helping out their buddies, helping out friends, or helping out whoever with the prop bets. And for those who don't know, they were pitching balls or strikes. They were delivering slower pitches based on the prop bets that were out there. The thing is that this is wrong. This is scary, and this is wrong, and this is a big deal. And I think we're going to see some changes. If you're buddies with a pitcher and you guys go and place 10 grand on a 80-mile-an-hour pitch in the 7th inning as a prop bet, and he's your buddy, and he goes and does it in that inning, the problem is that it red flags, and if these people are all winning all of a sudden, these betting companies, DraftKings and them they know something's funny, something's in, because they already know the percentages, right? It's like the spreads. They already know how many people can pick that correctly. They know. They're not stupid. So when you see a high percentage, the fix is in, the investigation starts, and this is how these guys are getting caught. These are how guys are getting caught. UFC dodged a huge bullet. I don't know how the hell the UFC dodged this bullet, and the story's still not out there. UFC had an entire MMA school.
Yep.
That was fixing fights by throwing fights. In other words, the press would show up on Thursday or Wednesday for press day, and this person looks real good. Oh, damn, this person looks real good. Oh, man, this person's going to win their fight. And then what happens? Fight night comes, and they lose. And they're all betting on themselves to lose. School today is now unsanctioned. Nobody can come from that school to be in the UFC anymore. And Dana White paid to keep this shit quiet. Because to be honest, I'm I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say I think there's more than which one's doing it. If you're kind of not a top tier school, and if you can make some money on the back end, and if all your guys are quiet, all your fighters in that school are quiet, you can make some money, bro. You can make some, especially if you know you're already going to lose. If you're already picked to lose, now you can kind of pick which one you're gonna lose in. You know, your thoughts, man, because this betting thing, we said it. We both felt dangerous.
I agree 100% with you with ESPN doing this shit. And excuse my language, but I mean it's bullshit.
No, you can say it because it is. You can say that because it is.
It really
shit.
is
it
because
is.
you are supposed. That'd be like Nesson saying because they'd have a better insight of the Red Sox or the Bruins, so they know Pasternak's going to shoot on net 4 times. That's bullshit. And then the newest thing is I heard about the kid from the Browns, the quarterback. They were thinking he was throwing intentional balls low or just really not being a stable quarterback. Like he was kind of messing with the game.
Right.
You know, I didn't see the actual game. I don't remember what's his name. I think it's Dylan Gabriel.
Yep.
So I do think there's some stuff going on there. I think that, I mean, it was very weird to me that these certain games that are happening, like I've been watching a lot of football this year. I really have. And,
right.
You know, I see, you know, they're saying, oh, for example, Bijan Robinson, he's running like crazy. And then 2 games this year, he hasn't got 2 yards and he's fumbled twice. Then you see Derrick Henry, who's just a monster. I mean, they are human beings, I get it. But he fumbled 3 games in a row. Doesn't happen with Derrick Henry. So it's just like, is this really what's going on, or is this intentional? That's the tough thing. And it's like Vegas has now got this in our minds. Like one of the bets I saw on ESPN, again, Geno Smith to throw a pick. Like, it's ridiculous. And then who throws a pick? Bo Nix the other day. So they switch sides.
You know, Clancy's in the chat. He says Pete Rose, and it's funny that Pete Rose was exonerated and actually allowed to be put in the Hall of Fame. It's pretty funny, and the only reason why he was put into the Hall of Fame and accepted was because betting was accepted all across. So they looked like hypocrites having him banned from the Hall of Fame. But now you're accepting all these bets, and here you go. You've got all these people. You've had NBA referees caught. You get this whole poker scandal thing that's going on now, and guys supposedly missing free throws and things of that sort. That's connected to this. It's tough because what's going to happen is that it's going to taint my whole love for watching sports, to be honest. And that's what I was worried about when betting started taking.
Here's my biggest thing. I'll end on this for that is now in college football, number 2 ranked now, or they're battling for it, is Texas A&M and Indiana. I'm not talking another thing. I'm talking Indiana Hoosiers, like the basketball Indiana. Now, back, you know more than me, Keith. Back in the 80s, there was SMU, Eric Dickerson, all that stuff, all paying players. That was the first death penalty to a college football team. Now, you can't, there has to be, why is the NCAA not looking into their program? Because you were one win or 2 wins in the dust, and now you're winning all games. I mean, they were winning for like 2 or 3 years, but.
So the funny thing is, too, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, stranger things happen when teams become popular. It becomes, let's look at the Oregon Ducks, a team that was at the bottom of the barrel. Nobody knew who the F the Oregon Ducks were. They go and change their logo, and all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, damn, whose logo is Oregon Ducks? They change their logo, and everybody's wondering. Then all of a sudden, guess what happens? The Oregon Ducks has a big upset. And then from there on, they pretty much almost ran all the way to a national championship. And what that does is it boosts recruiting for years to come. It doesn't matter if they fall short. It doesn't matter anything. The point is that when a team gets that attention, like the Colorado Buffaloes and so forth. Recruiting it goes through the roof. And then you've got all these people who are boosters. People have no idea how much boosters play into college football. Boosters
Absolutely
play a fucking lot in college football behind the scenes. If you watch a show like Blue Mountain State, which is hilarious as hell, Blue Mountain State. There's some truth to what they're saying in Blue Mountain State and the boosters and things of that sort. It's there.
Yeah. I mean, and again, no offense to, because I know people that go to Indiana University, so nothing towards any of that, but it is a coincidence. And now that NFL players are now coaching, such as you got Norfolk State, you got Michael Vick coming back, you got him being a coach now, you got you had Ed Reed playing as a high school coach, and then they were getting mad because he was supposed to coach at Bethel Hume. So I mean, it's this whole sports nation is crazy, bro.
Yeah, it is, and I'm going to keep an eye on it. Like I said, I'm not real happy with, in last year. I mean, it was like last year in the NFL, the first week 1, week 2, they had the spreads on the games, week 1, week 2, and then all of a sudden, I think it was like week 3, they went away, and I think that was because a lot of people said, "Hey, it's not a good look putting the spreads up on the games." On these
but you
NFL
look at
games.
UFC; they're right there while they're fighting.
I know. I hate
literally
it.
right when they're fighting.
I hate that. And they're under fire because they've had some fights last year that people questioned. They've had fights that were canceled on the day of fights. One of the reasons why, in my opinion, why TKO flipped WWE back to pay-per-views, and they've made UFC fights PLEs for on a streaming site that you don't have to pay for, because I think the whole argument was coming in regards to fights being canceled or things, because it was killing bets, it was killing the whole industry. So I hate it. I hate it. I hate that the betting is a big part of the sport now, and I'm kind of a hypocrite. I mean, I play fantasy football, but it's not like DraftKings in your face every 5 minutes. But not like all these.
But sites. Leave it right. Leave it in the app. Leave it in that, or do it on a different commercial base. Do it kind of like the olden style. Do it at night. Do it different timing. Like seeing it at 12 o'clock, you have a bet and stuff like that. Crazy.
Yeah, Clancy Lee is in the chat. He says Dana's a big bettor.
He is. He's huge.
How do you have a guy? How is that? How does a guy who owns you, he doesn't own it no more. He's now just a faceplate. But how do you have a guy like that who bets? I feel like it's a conflict of interest.
But look at Floyd Mayweather. I know he's not a totally different entity, but this guy's betting $100,000 on his fighters and things like that. Like, these guys are just they bet $100,000 to get $150,000. Is it really necessary?
Because I mean,
if you lose,
he's getting severe inside info. Dana.
Oh, absolutely.
If he's betting on football, okay, that's good. He can bet on football. He can do whatever. But if Dana's betting on UFC fights, I would have a problem. That's crazy. Matt, I want to thank you, man. It's 7:30. We actually went over what we have you on for. I got to thank you for coming on the show. When is your next run?
Actually, Thanksgiving, I have a 5K in Rhode Island. It's called the Family Turkey Trot down in Pawtucket.
Yep.
But I'm telling people, do runroadie.com, or it's roadie like Rhode Island, so RRHody.com. There's a mile race for people to walk, like kids and all that. They have a kids run and 5K, all that stuff. So you want something to do beforehand for Thanksgiving, come on down. Like I've been really close with these people, met some good people there. So November 20, is it 7th this year for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it's late. It's late this year, so I think you. Let's see, it's the last. Yeah, Thanksgiving's the 27th. Friday's the 28th, and Saturday's the 29th. So Black Friday's going to be crazy. So you're actually running on Turkey Day or Saturday? You said
on Turkey Day.
That's the 27th. Yep. So how early you got to be there?
I think the race starts at 9. Nothing big. It's only like 40 minutes from here.
And that's a big day because that's college football. I mean, that's high school football day. Thanksgiving.
You know
Day
what?
Used to be
One thing about that,
day.
Keith.
Yep.
But Channel 5 not putting high school news anymore. Ridiculous. Who was it that used to do the? What isn't it? They don't do that no more. They don't do the highlights of all the games anymore. Channel 5.
I swore they were doing the player of the week because I just saw somebody share.
No, I knew the player of the week. I knew that. But I'm talking about the Thanksgiving games. They don't do highlights of every game from Thanksgiving like they used to.
I think since the Patriots and the MIA I think that started when the MIAA signed their thing with the Patriots.
Oh, okay.
And so all the Thanksgiving games now. All the Thanksgiving or all the championship games, I forget which one it is, are played at Gillette.
Yeah, that's Super Bowl. Yep,
the
that
Super
makes
Bowl
sense.
Games. But I think the Thanksgiving games, the MIAA has made that also exclusive to someone, Nesson, I thought, or something of that.
Oh, okay.
I think all the Thanksgiving stuff is exclusive to somebody, and it might be Nesson. I'm not sure. And that might be why we don't see the coverage like we do. Because, yeah, it was Channel 5 used to cover the whole slate of Thanksgiving games, I remember years ago. So I think that might be Nesson now that has the coverage of the games. I'll have to look. If anybody's out there watching, you want to look up and see. It stinks because a lot of the rival games are no more because of the friggin' dumbass parents who don't know how to act. Has now, stopped these rivalry games because parents and people just don't know how to act. I know 2 years ago, Cardinal Spellman's coach quit because he was just tired of dealing with the parents after the games and answering questions about why their kid was sitting. You got a kid that doesn't show up for practice 2 days out of the week, and then his parents are wondering why he's being sat on game day. Well, he didn't show up practice. Oh, I'm going to write letters to the school board and all this. Oh, I hate that. I hate these parents.
There was another controversy with another team that came to our school, and they were threatening to do things to us, and we were trying to clean up after the game. So it is crazy, parents and AD's not doing their job. So,
Well, they're scared. Let's be honest. Some of these ADs are scared because some of these parents come and they're entitled. And that, to be honest, that's a whole different show. That's a whole nother.
I know my ADs are all good, bro.
That's a whole different show, bro. You could go on a whole special episode on youth sports, man, from Pop Warner on to college and high school. We could really talk about it. So, hey, man, let them know how they can follow you and check you out before we let you get out of here.
So Matt Cameron on Facebook. Look at this face. That's who I am. At MattieC23, MattieC23, and at MattieC Sports, like the one over here. And TikTok, I think, is MattieC Running, and that's a couple of things like they're promoting what races I got next and stuff like that. And always watch the booth because this is very good information that you need, and my boy Keith does a great job. So
thank you. Hey, and if you guys want to see some motivational stuff, make sure to follow Matty on TikTok and Instagram because that's where he posts. In his Facebook, he posts a lot of inspirational stuff, especially those who are dealing with possibly mental health issues. If you need to just go on and get some stuff for the day, just to lift you up, check out Matty. Mattie's out here, doing what he can and does what he's done. On. And
thank you for having me,
dude. We're in November, bro. Not far away, bro. Not far away from April, man.
I know.
Because the way I look at it right now, it's a blink of an eye. We're it's November 11th. Thanksgiving is here in a week and a half. Once you hit, I always tell people, once you hit Halloween, it's a blink of an eye to the next year. Because it's
yeah.
I'm already seeing it. I'm at work. The emails are starting to drop off because people are taking time off. You know, we're headed. So, you know, you're starting to see it. As you just said, all the fall sports, the bulk of fall sports is done. It's pretty much basketball indoors.
Yes.
You know, so, you know, that's pretty much it. So, hey.
As long as I stay away from your IR, man, I'm good.
If I could pull, I wish I could pull up. If I had time, I'd pull up my IR picture from the site and show people my IR from the. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. I got time. I'm gonna pull it up right now for everybody to see it. And let me go to RT Sports because we run our league on RT Sports, and then I'll slide it over so everybody can see my IR. This is my IR. Let me slide it over here. It's actually not bad. I pulled 2 people off the IR this week. Let me just pull this over so people get it. I'm going to cover Mattie cover Mattie's, a little bit of Mattie. So right now, I have Joe Burrow, week 1, like week 1 or week 2, because I was in Ohio when it happened. Travis Hunter, of course, last week. And I lost Xavier Woods. From Tennessee. I got back, I believe I just got back AJ Brown.
They had a decent night last night, I think.
Yeah, I got back T. Higgins, who had a good game. Michael Penix was on my IR. So I got some guys back this week. The IR bleeding has kind of stopped. I just want but my team still sucks. I'm 1-9. 1-9. Ugh. Horrible. Man, thank you for coming on the show. And real quick, your thought on the Pats, man. I said this. I said this team was not a team to look down upon. I said the schedule was in their favor. And they're doing it. They're doing it just like we kind of predicted when we talked earlier this year. They won the 2 questionable games on the schedule that we felt were going to be toss-up games. You go on the road and you take Atlanta Falcons at home, and then you beat the Tampa Bay Bucks. Guess what? Those are 2 wins that you thought you were going to either split or lose both. And now you won both on the road. You come home short week Thursday night against the Jets. The hopeless Jets on the Thursday night, and this is a great game to make sure your guys are not going to fall into a trap game on a short week on the Thursday night. You need to win these games. You need to. You're now 2 games ahead of Buffalo. You've got home field advantage right now. Everything is all yours to lose. Your thoughts, man, because this is almost like we're back, bro. Mattie, you there? Or did you freeze on me? Oh, damn, I think.
I'm back. I'm sorry. So I know what your question was. So the balance is doing well. I will say for right now. And I will say the defense and stopping the run game is excellent. Excellent. And Stephon Diggs being happy, that's important.
and Cardi B being the Patriots fan, would that have been on your bingo card for 2025?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And Drake May, I will say, I liked his interview today where he was saying, yeah, they're the Jets. They have players. Like, he wasn't being like, oh, we're just going to run through them at home and do this. Kid's smart. I like Drake May. He's one of those you can't really hate him for any reason. He hasn't said anything terrible. Right. So I respect him. I think Vrabel's doing a good job with what he's doing. So
best draft that we've ever had in Patriots at the Patriots in a long time. You've got Will Campbell, and unfortunately, offensive linemen, they don't get MVPs, they don't get Rookie of the Year. But realistically, if you were to give an offensive lineman a Rookie of the Year award, Will Campbell's got to be that guy. And then this weekend, you've got 3 other rookies who put up touchdowns and big plays. And right now, that draft is crazy. That draft that Mike Vrabel put together, crazy.
Yeah. So Pat's good in my book. I'm impressed with what they're doing. I hope it keeps going. No injuries, all that good stuff.
Yes.
Mac Jones can have fun in San Fran with this struggling team, but he's doing good.
What I say about Mac Jones, bro? When he was here, I'm like, it's not Mac Jones, it's the line, bro. I said it. And look, Jacksonville right now, after their loss last weekend, they're probably like, damn, why we keep Trevor? Why? Because
yeah, I know.
I told people, and they're saying Brock Purdy's going to play this weekend.
I would suggest on them keep Mac in. Purdy
it's a tough
needs,
one. It's Purdy's team, though. That's a tough one.
Put half and half, but put half and half. Half the snaps, or half the series.
Yeah, we'll see.
Then you'll really see.
We'll see how they work it. I think they'll let Brock start, and if he doesn't look good or doesn't feel right, I think Mac Jones goes right back in. As you all know, Brock Purdy, good quarterback, but he's starting to rack up the injuries, man. Starting to almost close to getting that damaged goods put on him.
And my last thing to you, Keith, I think suggestion for is
what's up, Felicia? Oh shit, you're breaking up.
Show about the 3 Thanksgiving games, like maybe one of the times on the weekend or something.
Yeah. And like I said, it's not like you have the big rivalry. Great, there's only a few towns out there now that have the big turkey games. I think the big thing now is the turkey toss, which is that Medford or Everett that holds the turkey toss? Which school does that?
Everett.
I
think that's Everett.
That's the turkey toss.
I think
raises a ton of money, and I just found out that Everett.
I was saying NFL Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah. And we got the Christmas games coming up too. I just found out that Everett High School has put more NFL players on the field than any other school in Massachusetts.
I believe it because they're a powerhouse.
When Brockton fell off the radar as a powerhouse high school team, Everett took that mantle over, and it was a long run that Everett was decimating everybody. High school.
Yep.
NFL put up the list when they were here for the Pats game that last time, and they put that picture up, stat up, and I was like, crap, I didn't realize it was that many players from Everett High that's now in the NFL. Matt, thank you for coming on the show, man. Good stuff.
Good seeing you. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, we'll get you back on. Maybe when we get ready to talk playoffs. And,
awesome.
Or maybe do a Thanksgiving show. So we'll go back from then. All right, man. Well, thank you for coming on. Hold on, everybody. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back with more Booth after this.
Lane made that beat.
I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches they hating, so I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine, but your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, we bang. I miss those days. It was easy. If only I make it, keep this shit on repeat. Now that I done upgraded, I've been upstate, but y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak assholes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip. I don't need that ish, cause I got my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole city out. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip. I don't need that shit, cause I got my own now.
All right, it's your boy Cena Swim, broadcasting live from the City of Champions, watching the booth. I want to thank MattieC for coming on the show with me. Felicia, what's going on? Thanks for popping in. And got a lot of stuff going on. Man, I know you guys are probably watching the show for the last couple of weeks. So you're probably seeing this right here. You're probably like, damn, I wonder if that hurts. If you're wondering if this hurts, it's not a sty. It's the same thing that I had 2 years ago. Chalazon or something, Chalazon. And it's when your tear ducts, in your eye, you have tear ducts. It's when your tear ducts get blocked. And I have to find out why my tear ducts get blocked. And when tear ducts get blocked, it doesn't allow you to properly water or whatever to drain. And that's what's happening here. And it looks like I'll be going back for eye surgery. I think I'm going the Wednesday. I'm going the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Maybe the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I don't even know if I think I'm going to have to do the show Monday night before, but it's a Chalazon. And it's the second time that I've had this happen. This time it's in the top lid in here. I don't know if anybody else, but it seems like my brother had one, and there's a lot of people, and I think my opinion is I think the tear ducts get sealed because probably I spend too much time in front of the lights. I think it dries my eyes, and that's why they get blocked. I think if I was to really look into this and see the amount of people who end up with this, I think it's going to be people like me, time in front of a computer monitor or lights. That's why it dries out. It happens, but I'll let you guys know if you guys have ever seen it before. I think the last time this happened, it was huge, super huge. I was going to wear sunglasses tonight, but then I'd be like, people be talking shit about Sinister One. Like, what does he think? Good for everything. Oh, man. And tonight, I've got tattoo shit on. Rhode Island Tattoo Company. Big shout out to Rhode Island Tattoo Company. The Wolverine tattoo that I have on this arm was done at Rhode Island Tattoo Company during COVID, as a matter of fact. I went and got, when we were in lockdown, and remember when they opened a couple of things back up that you could do as long as it was like by appointment only, and part of me was like, man, you know what? I want a tattoo. And I was like, but not many tattoo places took advantage of it. And I went down to all the way down to Rhode Island because someone referred this guy to me, said he loves characters from comic books and stuff. I went down to Rhode Island. I remember getting dropped off. I had to call the guy ahead of time to get into the building, and I was the only one inside the building to do the tattoo. But it helped keep them in business, because it was just appointment only. And I got the Wolverine tattoo that you guys see me. I have my short sleeve shirt on. And then right here in Brockton, up here on the east side, if you would scan this code, they would come up. They did my my Dragon Ball Z, my boys. So I have Dragon Ball Z on this arm, and my very first tattoo that I did for On the Mark show. But now I feel lopsided. I don't know if you guys have tattoos and you feel lopsided. I've got 2 on this arm and 1 on this arm, so now I feel uneven. So I feel like I got to get 1 on this arm. And the thing is I've already started this theme. So this arm here is anime, because I also have not only do I have a Dragon Ball Z, I have a yin yang of Rock Lee and Bruce Lee. I've got that there. And like I said, I got the Wolverine. So this side here is anime. This side here is right now Wolverine Marvel. So I'm like, do I keep the theme on my arms? Do I keep that anime theme on the left and keep the comic book theme on the right? It was actually a picture of Thanos with the Rick Ross cover, Thanos. And I really like it. I really like it. My boys say, no, Dad, don't get that. Don't do it. But I really like the Thanos Rick Ross. I love it. I love it. I love it Marvel-wise. I love it. So I don't know. I might have to go against something that my boys say and get that shit. We're at 7:55. Let me blow through this show. Got about 5 minutes left to get into this stuff. I got some trailers to show you guys. In the news booth, last week election, Brockton's new mayor, Moises Rodrigues, bested JBD, John Bradley Durancourt. Close election, a lot of close elections. We got a lot of Brockton elections headed to recounts. One of the reasons why I hold Vote 48 is because of the recounts. And again, voter turnout is part of the reason for low margins, these low margin victories. Brockton only had 19% of registered voters show up on Tuesday to vote. That's not good. That's not a good look in a city of 60,000 voters. And this is just my opinion. This is my opinion on the election stuff. I'm seeing a lot of people, they're asking for recounts and this and that sort. I know there's some camps out there are claiming elections were fixed, blah, blah, blah. I don't, look. Low margin voting leads to low margin victories and losses. If you're gonna, in my opinion, if you're gonna fix an election to win, you're gonna win by a landslide. You're not gonna fix an election to win or lose by 40 votes, 5 votes, 6 votes, 3. You're not gonna fix an election to lose that way, because you risk exposing yourself as trying to fix the election or trying to whatever. If you're going to fix it, you're going to win by a landslide. You're going to want to win by a landslide. Not going to. So that's my opinion. I know there's a lot of people out there who are trying to say this and that and this and that. And you have every right to do it. You have every right to ask for all that, because mistakes do get made. But as far as fixing and all this stuff, that whole reason why a lot of that stuff is out there is because of this administration put that out there and started this whole thing about elections being fixed and things of that sort. So congratulations to Moises Rodrigues taking home the victory last Tuesday night. He is the new mayor of Brockton. Will be in January of 2026. Take over. Let's get into the entertainment booth. In the entertainment booth, Sally Kirkland passes away. You all know her from Anna. She was in a couple of comedies that she was in. A couple of Mel Brooks film. I think she was in Young Frankenstein, if not mistaken. But she passed away, 84 years old. Also in the entertainment booth, John Cena came home. The last time is now. Official John Cena Day. It was yesterday. It was a great time. Clancy is in the chat. Yes, a lot of these races in Brockton are not official yet. That falls on the elections committee. There were some things that went down Tuesday night that I wasn't happy about. BCA crashed and was not able to cover the elections properly. I wasn't happy about that. The fact that the elections committee, you go to the city website and you go to the elections committee page, and they have 2025 results. Click it, thinking that you're going to get the results, and it was the September unofficial. Wow, you've had all this time to kind of fix that. So I don't, it's kind of crazy. So, also, as I said, in the entertainment booth, John Cena come to Boston. Last time is now. Won the Intercontinental belt from Rey Mysterio's son. Dominic Mysterio. Was a great time had by all. Great show in Boston last night. Good time to see Cena come back home and get the applause that we all knew that he was going to get. Also in the entertainment booth, Salt and Pepper and Outkast were inducted into the Rap Hall of Fame, well, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They were pioneers. Pioneers, one of the first female rap groups. DJ Spinderella becomes the first female DJ make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Big ups to them and Outkast. Also, let me get this here. Universal Films released the trailer for their movie, Michael, based on the life of Michael Jackson. I don't know how far they are going with this film. Not sure if it's going to go to the death of Michael, but it looks like it's going to cover that meteoric rise from a child to, you know, the superstars we all know that was out there worldwide. The trailer looks good as hell. Good as hell. Young Quincy Jones being portrayed in there. Check this out. This is really good. I can't wait to see.
I know you've been waiting a long time for this. The tracks are made. The songs are ready. Let's take it from the top. This is your story. Honor your past
So you wanna be starting something?
and embrace the future. That's what people want.
Q, can you lower the lights for me, please?
Okay, but remember, in here, keep those feet still, my man.
Michael Jackson. Can't wait to see that Universal Pictures also. Let's get into the next trailer for you guys. How many of y'all can sit through this whole thing together? How many of y'all can sit through both movies? How? I can. I'm going to tell you right now. I can sit through all of these. Both of these. As one film. You guys didn't know, Kill Bill being re-released on December 5th as one entire film. Quentin Tarantino has taken both Kill Bill movies, Volume 1 and Volume 2, and has put it as now one free-flowing film. I got to see how Quentin does this, because as you know, when you watch some of the films, you know, it's kind of like a flashback, you know what I'm saying? So now he's kind of put it together as one whole film, so it flows. Check this out, December 5th. Oh, man.
Once upon a time, around the year 2003, there began a legend of bloody revenge. That was the warm-up round.
You and I have unfinished business.
Baby, you ain't kidding. That woman deserves her revenge. And we deserve to die.
You didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you? Yeah, I kind of did.
Come on. Well, give me the gore details. And we're talking the whole shebang.
I've killed a hell of a lot of people to get to this point. And when I arrive at my destination, I am gonna kill Bill.
stop it. Stop it. Kill Bill December 5th. And then, look what we got today. Look what dropped today. Look what dropped today.
Bonnie, there's a package for you.
I was standing, you were there. Two worlds collided, and they could never, ever tear us apart.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you! Hi there, I'm Lilypad. Let's play!
Toy Story 5. Toy Story 5. Damn, bro. They're dropping all types of trailers this week. We are... Shit. Toy Story 5. June. Pixar. Back in the saddle again. Damn. And Clipse. Congratulations. Nominated for 5 Grammy Awards. 5 Grammy Awards for The God Sold 'Em Out. Fire album. Fire album. Congrats to them for being nominated. 5 Grammy Awards. Let's get into the sports booth. In the sports booth, where am I? Why am I not showing up? In the sports booth, Patriots beat the Buccaneers. Good ass game. Down in Tampa Bay, they are now 8-2. They've got the Jets on a short week. Already heard me talk about this and break this down. It was great stuff. It was great to see the team come together and win these 2 games on the road that could have been split or lost both, to be honest. They did the work on the road. Now they're back here for Thursday night. This is the scene that the New England Patriots posted in the locker room on that day. So big ups to the New England Patriots for that one. Let's get into the legal booth. We're a little bit over here. In the legal booth, the Supreme Court is expected to say whether full SNAP food payments can resume for the year. So it's going to come down to the Supreme Court on that. And then also in the legal booth, President Trump, below the radar, pardons Rudy Giuliani and all of these other nitwits who tried to overturn the 2020 election by saying that it was rigged when it wasn't. No evidence. Most of these lawyers and stuff like Rudy were disbarred from ever practicing law again. For those who are within ICE and doing these things that they're doing right now, guess what? When this administration is gone, you could find yourselves just like them, except here's the thing. There's not going to be a president that's going to be here to pardon you for your actions like President Trump is doing. This is just insane and crazy. And as R² has said on this show, just because you're pardoned doesn't mean you're exonerated. As R² explained on this show, that when you get pardoned, you are admitting your guilt. So anybody who says, I was pardoned, you were pardoned, but in order to be pardoned, you're admitting 100% guilt for your actions. So remember that, people, when people talk about, so-and-so was pardoned. Also in the legal booth, Utah 3rd District Judge Diana Gibson rejects the GOP's gerrymandering map, and she accepted the newer map that the Democrats were behind. So, this is some of the things that have been going on here. California just voted Prop 50 into play. Texas, they redid their map. That's going to take a lot of the black districts off, those seats. So this is kind of what we got going on here. So Utah is a red state. Deep red state. This to happen is crazy. Utah's a really deep red state. Let's get into the Trump troubles. In the Trump troubles last Tuesday night, the Democrats brought the brooms out on Tuesday night, which is This is where it gets kind of crazy. The Democrats came and flipped some seats, flipped some counties, just demonstrated why we had all these people out at No Kings. Democrats dominated on Tuesday night. Then we get towards the end of the week, and 7 Democrats join Fetterman in reaching a deal to end the government shutdown in the Senate. Now, I see everybody out here, they're posting all this stuff, and they're cheering all this stuff, and they're all these MAGA people, and it's like, again, you have no idea of government. Yes, it passed the Senate. Now it goes to the House. It goes to the House. And they only reached an agreement to end the government shutdown till January 12th. Understand, people? We could be going through all of this again come January 12th. And here is my opinion, because I've been talking about this over and over and over again. We're in November. If this government was to remain in shutdown, heads would roll for everyone, Republicans and Democrats. We were already seeing flights canceled because air traffic controllers were calling in and not being allowed to work because they're furloughed. Thanksgiving and Christmas, 2 big travel times, would have been decimated. And no Republican and no Democrat wants that on their conscience, especially when they know that they're about to go on Thanksgiving break at the end of this week. And then they come back for like a week or so, or a week or 2, and then they go on Christmas break. And none of these 2 parties wanted to be responsible for turning this country upside down during holiday season while they're off on break with their families and having a good time. None of them want to be part of it. So what did they do? They came to a deal. 7 Democrats joined Fetterman, and they were able to get this temporary deal done until January 12th, which will allow the government to open up and come out of shutdown until January 12th, so they can kick around and discuss the things that they needed to discuss. All this could go back. And like I said, the person that you really got to blame is Thune, because, he wasn't aware of who was going to flip. Here it is right here. Let me pull this up here. Control D. I know I thought I put this in. Go. These are the Democrats who voted on the Senate measure to send this back to the House. Catherine Cortez from Nevada, John Fetterman, he was already on that side. He was the lone Democrat that was on that side of the Republicans. Tim Kaine, Virginia, which was crazy because Virginia actually flipped on Tuesday, which is crazy. But then 2 surprises here with Jeannie Sheehan and Maggie Hassan, both from New Hampshire. Dick Durbin from Illinois. Maine, he's an independent. Angus King, but he caucuses with the Democrats. Jackie Rosen from Nevada. So those are your 8 who, it's actually 7. I want to correct myself. Actually 7, because John Fetterman was that Democrat that had already crossed lines. And then these ones joined him, so we can now send this off to the House. And it's interesting to see what happens when it gets House. What else do we we also have, like I said, the House is opening up on Wednesday, tomorrow, and all of these things that have been backed up are going to come to front. Try to get it done before they all go on break. And one of the main things that they've got to try to get done now that it's open, there's no excuses for Speaker of the House to keep the Arizona Congresswoman from being assigned to her seat, to be confirmed to her seat in Arizona Congress. We need to get that done now. There's no excuses as to why this wouldn't be done. So I'm expecting her to be put into her seat possibly by the holidays. I'm going to say that's going to be the number one thing tomorrow that they're going to push for. Because the rumors are is that she was crucial to this Epstein files being released. Also, here we go. We were in shutdown, and President Trump and the Pentagon came out and said that, hey, this weekend I know we're kicking off the Salute to Veterans Games, and we're going to shut down all flyovers this weekend at the NFL games. No flyovers at the NFL games while we're shut down. Why? Because it's an abuse, a waste of government taxpayers' money if we have these flyovers at a football game. It's not the right example. Not the right example for us to accept if we're going to have 2 F-15 fly over, or maybe a B-2 bomber fly. It's not a great example to accept. Yet, at the Washington Commanders game against the Lions, okay, President Trump to come and attend the game and fly Air Force One over the stadium. What? You. You tell me what costs more. You tell me what costs more. Anybody in the chat? You tell me what costs taxpayers more. A single B-2 bomber flyover? A stadium? 2 F-15s? Or what costs more? I'm gonna tell you right now. Same with, as I said, with NASCAR. This is another form of let them eat cake. Right here in your face. This is another way to say from elitists, let them eat cake. You tell everybody just hours and days before, we're not having any flyovers or any kind. Pay our respects to veterans across the NFL table. Yet, we're going to bring the president to the Washington Commanders game and fly Air Force One over that stadium. He couldn't have taken a limo to the Washington Commanders game? He couldn't have drove with a motorcade to the Washington Commanders game? Nope. See what I'm saying? Hypocrisy, bro. Hypocrisy is easy. And also, President Trump comes out and announces that he is proposing the idea of 50-year mortgages. Oh my goodness, golly gee. Oh my goodness, crack my spine. That sounds to be like the best thing ever for consumers and homeowners. Let's just lock into a house at $1.5 million for 50 years. Because that's going to benefit the homeowner that's going to buy this house. Do you know how hard it is to get out of a house when you are upside down on your mortgage? Once again, this is more proof that President Trump is only working in this office for elitists and his rich crony, grifting, money, bank-owning friends. The fact that any MAGA person or any Trump supporter would applaud the fact that he is proposing 50-year mortgages shows exactly how stupid some of you are. Exactly stupid some of you. A 50-year mortgage does not in any way benefit a a homeowner. Does not in any way benefit a homeowner. 50-year mortgages only benefit the realtors who are going to get a percentage of the sale, and overall, it benefits the banks that write the loan. Because now you're locked into this loan for 50 years. Do the math, people. Do the math on what a bank makes off a 30-year loan mortgage, off a 20-year mortgage, off a 10. You lock someone into a house for 50 years, they're never getting out of it. People will die in the very first house that they buy, unless they hit the lottery and they can pay it off. A 50-year mortgage, let's do the math on that. And what are the interest rates going to be? Come on, bro. This only benefits the banks. And if you don't see that, if you don't know that, you're, oh my friggin' Lord.
Sit down.
Shut up when the grown folks are talking. Sit down. Don't even come into this conversation if you try to talk about how this is going to benefit America. 50-year mortgages does not benefit any type of American, any place, anytime, anyhow. Never. Never. You should have been laughed out the fucking press conference for even announcing that. I wish I had a press pass, bro. I wish I had a press pass at the White House. Let me be in the room when he brings up some shit like that. Oh, Caroline. Oh, they throwing me out. They throwing me out if I'm in there with my press pass and this comes up. I'm going to pass on 50-year mortgages to homeowners. And only benefits the banks. Stop it. Stop it. We all know. The smart people know who it benefits. The dumbass Trump supporters don't get it, though. They don't get it. They'll be applauding. They'll be up there getting their 50-year mortgages, and then they'll be 25 years in on a house and still upside down. Oh, man. Craziness. Also, President Trump, if you guys were watching Truth Social and stuff, President Trump shared a post from Kirkland. I forget the website, but he shared this post of a story that they put out there about Obama receiving royalties from Obamacare. And the website itself, when you go to the freaking website, it says this website is straight satire. It's not it's completely fictional. It's not facts. It is a satire, fake news website, just like The Onion. And it says that if you believe the stuff that you read here, you need your head examined. Well, guess what? President Trump needs his head examined. And from the looks of some of y'all on my page, who get on my Facebook page, it's comical because some of y'all need your heads examined. Some of y'all didn't even read or click the story attached to it. Some of y'all said the story is AI. Somebody said, stop it, bro. Stop it. Y'all have no idea what the...
Do something else! Do something else! That's it! That's all we want! Do something else! Holy
Do something else, because you aggravating the fuck out of me right now. Do something else. You're aggravating the fuck out of me with this stupid shit on my page. He shared a satire website post that wasn't real. The website says it's not true. It's not real stories. And then you all still trying to make excuses for this guy. You all are crazy. Craziness. Also, President Trump has finally answered Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's been doing the circuit, talking stuff about him and all this stuff. And he kept it kind of tame for now. He said she lost her way. That's what he said for now. I'm pretty sure his team said, don't you go and say some crazy, dumb stuff that you always usually, because you know that Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of these people that's going to be like,
don't fuck with me, fellas!
Because that's her. That's MTG all the way. Hey, we got to get ready to get out of here. We ran over. It's 8:24. Great show. Let's check out these banners and hats. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the show. Those are the hats that everybody's dealt with. Also, the shows that I produce, there is no Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor tonight because we are going to be doing a show tomorrow night after drafting the circuits. BetBus After Hours Workforce Transportation. So if it's after hours, BetBus isn't running, you can download the Uber app, scan the code, and you get a voucher. Merge Career. Check that out. If you've been incarcerated, you need a job. They're helping people get CDL licenses. Journey Church, Thursdays 3 to 6 p.m., Sundays at 10:30 in Bardstown, Kentucky. That's their food pantry. Ride the BetBus free till June of 2026. Thanksgiving Joiner Feast, Wednesday, November 26th, 3 to 5 at the YMCA Worcester Main Street. Food will be provided by the Wachusett Country Club. Planetarium shows are going to be free here to celebrate the Brockton Parade, Saturday, November 29th. The planetarium will be open at the Brockton Library. These are the places that are donating food. You get a chance to check those out. They're on my Facebook page. And then, see them on this show. You see them on Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor. Excel. He's going to be going up against Kay Walker in the Philadelphia Battle Rap. Ladies Night Fall Session. That might be winding down. That's it. Thank everybody hanging out on the show, checking the show out with me. Good stuff here. Good stuff here. We're going to get ready to get out of here. My dinner just came down. Looks pasta. Going to be getting out of here, getting ready to head into Thanksgiving. Next couple. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the show. Thanks for MattieC for coming on. I know it's 8:27. I should go to 8:30, but I've gone over, so I actually want to get out of here and get some. Take advantage of not having look at the night. Maybe I don't know. But other than that, SpongeBob, do me a favor. Take us home.
Well, see you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening to The Booth on Hoobazoo and HatcherRadio.com. Please follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the podcast at Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The Booth is a Sinister One production hosted by Sinister One.
I've got to start hanging out with friends that are a little more intelligent and understand politics and stuff. It's just that I'm up on this level up here, and all my friends are down here. Me, nah. You guys, nah. Maybe a little more down in here. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches hating, so you know I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine, but your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, you know we bang. I miss those days, which was easy. If only I made it, bitch, don't repeat. Now that I done upgraded, I've been upstate, and y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak ass hoes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that shit, I got my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything, I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
WHOOBAZOO, that's Hoobazoo.com.
Enter website, enter website, enter website, enter website.